Hello, this is Wrestling Discussion here. So, in my first video, I talked about the Rhea Ripley Liv Morgan feud. And it's obvious, it's known by now that the match has been signed for January 6th, Raw on Netflix. Now, I find this feud to be particularly interesting because it's like a reverse David versus Goliath. You know, you have David, who's a smaller shepherd boy, and you have Goliath, who's this oversized warrior. And obviously, David wins with the slingshot, and it's a classic story, right? David versus Goliath. But this is the opposite of that. You know, the regular psychology would dictate that Liv Morgan be the babyface, Rhea Ripley be the heel, because Liv Morgan's significantly smaller. And it was that way for a while. The feud was that way for a while when they first started feuding back in 2022. It is not no longer, though. Rhea Ripley is now the babyface. Liv Morgan is now the heel. Liv Morgan is this bully, this sort of steal your boyfriend high school bully. Rhea Ripley is not. She's the victim of this bully, right? So the roles have been reversed here. And I find this to be a fascinating sort of form of storytelling because there's so many different ways you can go with this, right? I mean, let's say hypothetically you do some sort of kayfabe injury to Liv Morgan, and you have Morgan defend against Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley just mercilessly attacks this injury. Mercilessly. You could do a double turn here. You could easily have Liv Morgan go back to face, and Rhea Ripley go heel, taking advantage of a kayfabe injury. You could do that here. Another option here is that if you want to keep Liv Morgan heel, obviously have Dominic interfere and help Liv Morgan on her behest. That's another possible option. But the point is, the storytelling here is very, I don't know if unique is the right word, but it's very different based on their sizes. And, you know, in my original video about this feud, I predicted that Liv Morgan would retain at Raw. Now, how she retains, I question. So I'm going to make a guess, and I'm going to say that Dominic somehow gets physically involved. I think Dominic somehow screws over Rhea Ripley in a way that's physical and really pushes Dominic over even further onto that heel side of things. Because, one, I don't think it's the right time to take the title off Liv. Two, there's so much more meat to this bone that you could go with if you really wanted to. And three, if you want to make Dominic an even bigger heel, have him physically get involved. That's all for this one, guys. Thanks.